You tapped in here because you want to learn more about how to become the ultimate you. Well, you're in the right video. I'm going to talk about something that has absolutely helped me get out of my own way. And I'm passionate about this topic. I think it's very important that everyone understands that our minds are about 5% conscious and about 95% subconscious. So let me explain to you real quick what that is. From my understanding, my coach Blair Singer explains it like this. It's like our conscious mind knows that everything that we do is something that is automatic. Eat, sleep, we know where we are. We know how to explain things that we are doing or how our day is going, how it was yesterday. We know what's going on. I'm moving my body. The subconscious mind it's like your little voice. The little voice that you have in the side of your ear where it says either, hey man, you can go big, or you can do this, you can do that. And then that's a little voice over here is like, well, maybe not. Maybe that's too risky. You're not good enough. You're not meant for that. That's not for you. You can't have that. You're not worthy. So that's the subconscious mind. You're always going to be battling that little voice. That's what your subconscious mind is. It's that little voice in the back of your ear always telling you that you can or can't do things. And I want to tell you that it's okay. There's a solution to this. You can start mastering your little voice. And we don't know sometimes that our conscious mind, or we subconsciously mistreat ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we start saying negative things to us without even knowing it, because maybe something in your past happened where maybe a teacher said that you're not good enough, or hey, you'll never amount to anything when you were in first grade. Maybe when you were 5 years old, someone said, hey, you'll never learn how to read. Now I'll share a story right now where I'm going to get vulnerable, where my teacher in first grade, it was like an assistant teacher, told me that I would never learn how to read because I didn't know how to read. And I think it really crushed me as a kid, and it really affected me along the way, thinking that I didn't know how to read, until I really understood that that's not who I am. I do know how to read. It was just a little moment in my life, in my past, where someone tried to crush me. And that's why they say children are like sponges. They'll absorb a negative act. They'll absorb more of a positive act. They'll absorb your negative act. If you're a negative person, your children are probably going to grow up to be negative. Now, maybe in school, someone was negative to me, and that kind of carried on. But I realized, like, hey, that was not me. So I realized that I needed to find a solution for that. And I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that that did not affect me. It didn't really make me who I am today. So ask yourself this. Do you say self-sabotaging things to yourself sometimes, where you are trying to do something but then you start questioning yourself? Or self-sabotagement could be being lazy, not showing up to what you said you're going to do. Or being in a desired state of pleasure. Now you're going to eat fast food. Now you're going to eat this. Now you're going to eat that. So sometimes you don't even think that you even deserve it. So I want to tell you a couple ways that is going to help you start tapping into your subconscious mind, which a lot of people talk about the same things. If you're into personal development, you're going to understand this language. Because if you're not, then you might start questioning it a little bit more. But that's a good thing. You got to question things. So one way that helps you get tapped into your subconscious mind is by meditating and being mindful. So one way is to start your day in the morning is meditate. If you can't meditate for 5 minutes, start with 1 minute, start with 2 minutes, start with 3. And that's just a way for you to just clear your mind. If you feel like you're getting into the self-sabotaging words of like, why am I feeling like this? Why this? Why that? Say things to yourself that you are worthy, you are this, you are that, you are worth having these things, you are enough. And that's the thing. It's like your subconscious mind sometimes can mess with you. So starting your day with some meditation, or even like around 1:30 in the afternoon, take a quick walk and meditate in nature. Those type of things help you tap into your subconscious mind, and you start realizing that was not you. That's not who you really are. And another way to do it is to start journaling. So if you really want to start tapping into that, is start writing down things. Start writing down what you want, who you want to be, how much do you want to make. Make it to you. Make it to what you want. What ideal life would you like? So start journaling. Start journaling that. Start saying who you really are, who you want to be, and also keep your word, because if you don't keep your word, that's when you're losing yourself from freedom. You're losing yourself from freedom. So start journaling. A lot of high performance people have told me that, hey, you should start journaling. Until I was like, why do they want me to journal? Whatever it is, it works. It's an act that is proven to work, and why not do it? I don't question things anymore. I just start. If someone that I know is living the life that I want, I try to model that. If I model someone that's doing XYZ, then you can start modeling them and do your own thing. You're not copying, you're just doing your own thing. You're just seeing an idea and then you're doing it. And now visualization. So who do you want to be in reality? Like, what body do you want? What career do you want? Is it something that you've always wanted to be? Like, what, is it a position? Is it a job? Is it a certain pay? So you got to have your goals also visualized in your head. And also the positive affirmations is going to come with that. Be positive to yourself. Be more positive. Sometimes it's hard to be positive. But once you start doing these daily habits, it's going to become like a no-brainer. You're just going to continue doing it. When you start seeing yourself getting into like a negative state of mind, then you're going to find yourself to either do the task that you need to do to get out of that funk. And the more engaged you are in these practices, the more you're going to start tapping into your mind, and you're going to start seeing from a perspective of, you'll start remembering moments of why I felt like that, of what happened in the past that made me feel like that. And sometimes you can answer that to yourself. What happened to me? Well, I'm just using this as an example. Well, I remember somebody in middle school told me that I would never amount to anything. Or, hey, my cousins didn't want to hang out with me and they made me feel alone. So now sometimes I feel like some people don't want to hang out with me. Well, that's okay. That was just the past. You got to accept that wasn't you. It was just a phase in your life. You can't let these things beat you up. You got to tap into those harmful moments that you had from your past, and start forgiving yourself and accept that it wasn't you. It was just you going along life, and you just came across these moments. And you'll see how like some people grow up and they don't have problems with that, because they grew up with a good environment. They had maybe parents that were like, you can do it, you got this. Or, hey, don't ever let anyone tell you that you'll never amount to anything, because you could do what you put your mind to, you can do. And there's people like that. I've met people like that they don't understand that there's other people that got crushed as a child growing up, and they had to find themselves out of that. So if you're one of the lucky ones that didn't have to deal with that, you are blessed, and possibly you can continue that trait on with your children, which is great, and that makes the world a better place. And for those that didn't have that positive upcoming, don't worry, you got this. I'll tell you right now, you are worth it. You are deserving of having the life that you want. Look, I do these videos out of love. Much love to everyone. I appreciate you. I'll be coming in with more fire. Y'all have a great one. See you guys on the next one. Peace.